Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Tristan from Berlin. The So What chord voicings are arguably the most iconic chord voicings there are in jazz piano. But today we will not play the original modal song, which is like Dorian mode and stuff. We will play blues using these chord voicings, and it's an incredibly cool sound. You should really try it. Watch the whole thing, because I run a little bit wild and free towards the end. Might be inspiring for you. Enjoy. The famous So What chords, of course, they come from the famous Miles Davis album Kind of Blue, and from the song So What, you guessed it already, created by fabulous piano player Bill Evans. And before we turn them into the why not chords, why not use them for our own purposes, I will quickly show the original. And so on. We will use it now for the to play a little bit of blues on top. So what do you think about this one? I think it's a great possibility to improvise kind of bluesy. We might drop a couple of jazz notes in there a bit later on, just to sound a little bit smarter than we actually are. And now first let's have a look at the chord structure. And this is just a stack of bloody fourths. You see? And just the A on top, the only third in this stack of doom. Now what we do is we take a little borrowed chord just to move back to the D minor chord. It's D minor, of course. And this gives it the spice, this open sound. Very modern for those days. And now look, we are just moving over to the same structure on E minor. Again, we have the root, the fourth, the minor seventh, the minor third, and the fifth of E. We are just borrowing this because we are moving back immediately. Now we are trying to follow a minor blues form. So we won't do jazz on like playing this now to going to this E flat minor chord. There are many who do that. We are inventive here on our channel. Now we go to the G minor chord, and let's see if we can apply this. So we have the tonic as the one, and we want to do the same on G, which will be the subdominant in minor. So it's a minor blues all of a sudden and not a modal blues. And you see we have the 1, the 4th, the 7th, the minor third of G, and again the third on top. You see? And now we're moving it briefly to the A minor 7th chord. In essence, we would always fall down from the borrowed chord to the G minor 7th chord. Yeah, you will see the fourth here in the display is shown as 11, which is true because in jazz we are stacking the intervals, so the fourth, 1 octave high, is the 11. Like 1, 8 octave, 9, 10, 11. So you see, 4, 11 are identical. So, okay, now we have the subdominant of D minor blues. Can we do this for the A minor blues? You guessed it already, we can. So again, always think in structures. Then you can transpose any chord, any voicing. So we have the 1, the 11, the minor 7, the minor 3rd, and the 5th again. So, and we borrow this chord. It just moves parallel. You don't even have to know what chord we are playing. Like we're just moving this up a whole tone. This one. Look at the structure, look at the architecture, learn it visually as well as intellectually if you have the capacity and not watched Game of Thrones for the 8th time. So, and this is basically, you know, from the, when we go from the G, we are on the G and borrow the A minor. You see, it repeat. We have the A minor here, so you learn the A minor voicing just once because we have it again here in the actual A minor, in the dominant, which is now also in minor. So now the idea is to play something, and instead of the bass player playing the question, we play the question, and suddenly we say why not, and we become the why not chords. So let's say start like this, simple stuff. And it suits the piece, because it's a cool piece. G. Now it's A minor time. So we have a little bit of an extended blues form. So we have enough time to accommodate even on the usually 1 bar A7. We have doubled these. So we can play the question. Just for the total luxury in the end, if they are not already convinced that you're absolutely knowledgeable, competent, sophisticated piano player, then we will finish this with a real dominant, minor dominant, consisting of the A7 or altered. We have the 5th is altered to the augmented 5th or altered 5th. I think altered just means different, changed, and augmented means heightened, lifted, whatever, raised, sharp, here. So this is also altered. There would be the flat, but augmented is we put the 5th to the sharp 5th here. Then they have the 7 and the sharp 9 on top, which is also augmented, altered. So we have the augmented 7th chord, which is a wonderful jazzy dominant for blues tonics. You see, even like this sounds already great. Okay, now I suggest I just play a stretch. Some of you have commented, play longer stretches, don't talk in between so much. I will try, you know it will be hard for me. And the thing is here, you can play very little because the left hand, this whole thing here, is so rich that you just a little trill is quite thrilling and sexy already. Yes, can be sexy. There's and I will only use note material from the blues scale, like our beloved drone lick. If you don't know what the drone lick is, go subscribe to my channel. We play everything here except Monopoly, maybe. So blues scale and a little bit of jazzy notes in between, and then I will stop and then I will talk. Yes. Okay, let's start. Play slowly. Now, here we have already something that you might have realized that kind of doesn't fit in. Now, let's have a look. That's a jazzy note. And since it's a jazzy piece, originally, we give it a little, we pay respect to that. So, if you just drop one occasionally and point out that you're a really sophisticated player, just like I always fake jazz. I'm not a real jazz piano player. Yeah, I can play, but go to my colleague Tony Winston. He has a really great jazz channel and great teacher too. But faking a little bit of jazz is not that hard because you just have to play 1 or 2 intervals on top, and it sounds great if you combine that with blues. Makes a really great sound. So listen to this. What did I do? I emphasized the 9th. Well, first I play a little bit voicing in between, so we have a little bit more of the chord. Here. And the 9th is a tension note from D, and it's not in our minor blues scale of D. And if you just play it occasionally, it has a great sound, as well as the 11. Especially when you play it here. Here, wonderful. This little triad on top, the upper structure, and you're already like a level higher. On D, both are tension notes, 11 and the 9th. And the 7 is of course also tension note. Or wonderful sound. Here we have Is that something or is that something? Okay, now let's see. What did I do here? Same thing. See, that's the thing about faking. You just repeat one. You have one trick, and I got through life with just 3 tricks maybe, and one of them only for piano. 2 of the other were card tricks. Now, G minor. Same thing. The tension note is the 9th, the 11 from G. Look from G now. Here, look at the display. You see I'm not cheating. And the 7th. You can play the same thing here. And even combine it with a drone sound. And now, if you want to force it, but don't overdo it, then they will like get your disguise off your face and see you're just an imposter if you're overdoing one trick. Now we have the A minor. It would be the same. Here on A, it's then it's the 9th, the 11th, and the 7th. Okay. Here on G, on A minor. Yeah, sounds almost pop, like pop jazz. Okay, but you know, remember these upper structures. Okay, let's do a little bit of that, and we put a little bit of sexiness again. If we don't have it ourselves, like look at me, you can still sort of fake it on the piano and raise your market value. Aha. Drone, drone. Let's just repeat the drone on G. If you want, you can put like either a chord in between. Jazz voicing, if you want, or you just give it another beat with the octaves. Here. Okay, not like that. Like. So there's one more beat that you have. You don't get lost in all these empty spaces. Here, blues scale. Nice jump. And by now, I'm not sure if I'm following the blues form. Wonderful, you could get a gig. Great, great, great. Yeah, I know, I'm mean, but this sounds great if you just add your typical blues licks in a little chain. And be in time, unlike myself. Blues scale and a little bit of clash. I'm getting too fast already. That's the trick, you know? I'm under stress, I want to please you, and I'm heating up. I'm getting too fast, so. Sexy, slow. This is just fine. Yeah, as a drone lick. Duck. Echoing. Yeah, you saw here what I did here. You hear Bill Evans, of course, play all sorts of stuff with this. But if you want, you can. It's just one further. Or. Just in time, or not. Yeah, I'm getting overheated again. So, just play your usual blues stuff and play it in a reduced, cool fashion. Just a couple of. A little. Wonderful. Christian, come down, take your medicine. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Bye from Berlin. See you in my next one.